Oh yeah. Ooh.
I have a strong feeling I'm going to be feeling really sick after watching this video. What the hell are you wearing, dude? Are those pajamas?
I was in my early 20s the first time I hit a woman.
Well, we're just getting off to a great start already, aren't we?
We got in a fight and she slapped me. And I think it was the first time a girlfriend of mine had ever slapped me. I grabbed her wrist and I forced her to keep slapping me.
What compelled you to do something so stupid? Did you want to get hit?
Harder and harder, till basically I was bashing her wrist bone against my forehead. She screamed for me to stop, and I did, and I was pretty horrified by what I'd done, because I never thought I would be the type of person to hit a woman, or type of man, I guess.
Yeah, that's going to be a big press X to dot on that one, big guy. Especially after your cuties review. I really can't trust what you're saying right now.
And, I don't know, I used to be like you.
No, I sincerely doubt that you were ever like me or any other man.
I used to fantasize about beating up men who beat up women.
Okay, now I definitely know you were never like me because I've never, in my wildest dreams, have ever fantasized about me or just men in general beating up women. Who the fuck says this unless they're a psychopath?
I used to fantasize about killing child molesters and pedophiles.
And then you became one. No wonder you stopped fantasizing about, harming people that do harm to children. Okay.
Uh, and then, after that first time, a few weeks later, I grabbed her arms because she wasn't listening to me or something. And I grabbed them really hard, and afterwards she showed me bruises on her arms. She was like, "Oh, it's okay, I bruise easy." She didn't talk like that.
Okay, that just tells me that you did it to her before, and you've known about this. Because if you hurt someone, they usually don't start making excuses unless it happens over and over and over again. They are trying to stay with you because they know things will probably get better or you will revert back to your old self. That's how the abused take it. It's called Stockholm Syndrome.
But that's how she made me feel like she was talking. It scared me.
She scared you by the way she talked? Dude, you bruised her arms. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Well, there's plenty wrong with you.
She said, "Okay, it's okay. I bruise easy. Don't worry. It's fine." And then a little bit after that, she had just destroyed the overhead light fixture in the kitchen with a Swiffer and was smashing it into the ground as hard as she could, screaming "stop" at me because she didn't like something I was saying.
Okay, that was vague. What were you talking about with her? What were you saying to her? Were you verbally abusing her too, as well as physically? Because women don't act like a certain way without rhyme or reason. I don't think you two were just talking about wanting to go to the store together and, she started smashing the overhead light with a freaking Swiffer, okay? I mean, like, you're really setting off alarm bells here. What, are you trying to make yourself look like the big victim while trying to come out as a former, in quotation marks, abuser?
And after she finished, I just said, "Okay, that was so loud that the neighbors are going to call the cops. And before they get here, I need you to put on a long sleeve shirt so they don't see the bruises on your arms. Because if they do, I'm going to spend the night in jail, 100%.
Maybe you should have spent the night in jail. Would have given you some perspective for not being an abuser. It's like, seriously. The fuck?
And she was like, "Oh, really?" And I was like, "Really?" And it was at that moment that I heard myself say that I thought I might have a problem. Now, I've never hit Shaylin. There's been some speculation about that, and I'm happy to say I've never hit Shaylin, and that's how I know that I'm cured. Because if I were capable of hitting Shaylin, I would have done it by now. Because I have wanted to hit Shaylin so incredibly badly and so incredibly hard. And the fact that I haven't is proof that I'm a changed man.
No, you're not. In fact, the polar opposite is true. You have admitted that you really, really wanted to hit her, but you just haven't yet. All that tells me is that eventually that bottle cap is going to come popping off, and you're probably going to put her in the hospital. Maybe you should take some anger management classes, just in case. Because what you're saying is not healthy. What, like, I really, really wanted to hit her? Like, you shouldn't want to ever hit your significant other, and she should never want to hit you. Yes, of course, you guys can tick each other off, but physical violence shouldn't ever, come, it should never come to you wanting to fantasize to hit someone. Like, one of the things a psychiatrist or a psychologist asks you, have you ever fantasized about harming anyone or yourself? If you said yes, you would be transferred to a psychiatric ward.
Now, if you have a similar problem or even an analogous problem, I'm hoping this video can help me.
No, I don't have a similar problem because I've never fantasized about harming anyone who doesn't deserve it. The only ones I've ever thought about ever harming are ones that harm the ones who can't defend themselves, i.e., children or the elderly. Anyone who hurts someone who's elderly or a child, yeah, they deserve to get their asses kicked. Or thrown in prison, honestly. Secondly, you should be going to a therapist. Why the hell are you telling people on YouTube about this? They're not going to help you. No one's going to help you. They're going to just point out that you're an abuser and that you should go either get help or go turn yourself into the police. Either way, like, you're not taking the right steps here. And I thought you said you were a changed man. But at the same time, you still need help? What? What you're saying makes no sense. It makes no sense. Zero, zilch, no sense whatsoever. Either you need help or you don't. Which is it, you freaking idiot?
You. Well, I'm hoping it'll help both of us. Anyway, I've broken it down into a few steps. So, step 1 is, why do you do it?
If you're already at step 1, you should already be in therapy. Have you been to therapy? Have you done anything? Or do you think that there's just nothing wrong with you? Because honestly, I think, like I said, that there's a lot of shit wrong with you. Ever since your cuties review, and just how you're acting right now, which, by the way, is incredibly fucking creepy. I mean, admitting that, I used to hit women, and I still think you do. I really do. I don't think you would ever hit a man because your scrawny ass wouldn't be able to defend yourself. But the thing is that I still think you do hit women. Like, you have shown me nothing that shows that you're a changed man. Because you admitted about fantasizing hitting your recent girlfriend or former girlfriend or whoever. I don't fucking know.
How do you do it? So everybody kind of assumes, I guess in pop culture, that men are violent towards women because they're angry. And anger could definitely be a part of it, but I think that that's a little reductive. So for me, one thing I noticed I was feeling a lot in those moments was panic.
First off, you completely skewed that, and it's not pop culture. It's a feminist assumption that's just completely wrong. When men get violent or just angry, it's because they're under a lot of stress. And yes, they would be panicking. But it's not because of just women ticking them off, or even if it's a woman ticking them off. It's more likely an outside circumstance, like a job, or, what happened at, while you were driving home from work, or you get into a wreck and now you have to pay, for your car loan, or not only your car loan, but also repairs, and shit, if your insurance doesn't cover it. Okay? Like, why are you being reductive and just saying, well, why do you do it? And just assume that that's why men hit women. No, it has nothing to do with men hitting women at all. It's just men get stressed out over situations they can't fucking control. You are assuming that men hit women because of those things, because that's what you did. Which is, again, your problem, not any other man's.
Fear of being abandoned or being ignored, or fear of being thrust into having to face a lot of things I was avoiding, or feelings I didn't want to be feeling.
So you hit a woman because you were afraid of being abandoned? So what you're admitting is that you wanted a form of Stockholm Syndrome to happen so she wouldn't go away? Because that's oh boy. Oh God. Yeah, like I said, I think I'm going to feel sick after this. Oh God.
And that fear put me in like a fight or flight thing where I felt like I had to lash out just to get out of the situation and make it stop. And one thing people don't talk about a lot is that a violent outburst like that can be a unifying event for a couple.
It could be a unifying event? What? What? What the fuck? What the fuck did I just listen to? You being violent would be a unifying... Oh, wow. No! All you're doing is just making her scared of you. That's not unifying. If anything, that's the polar fucking opposite.
So unless you're doing like any bodily harm to the other person, or serious property damage, like one time I broke my ex's laptop, and that there definitely was not like the kind of holding each other and crying and making up thing after that. But a lot of times there is.
I have nothing. My brain hurts right now. What is this? What is the point of this video? What is the fucking point of this video? Because I'm sorry, I'm clearly missing the point.
And you get to sort of join forces against the you that just snapped, and you're like, whoa, that was crazy. Wow, I really went insane there. Wow, we're on a team against that evil part of me. I'm so glad that he's gone.
Now you're speaking like you're in a video game, like, oh, that was the evil dark me that was that. It wasn't just me fucking flipping out and being abusive and just breaking shit or beating up my girlfriend or wife or whatever. It was just that evil dark me with
And it can just be this kind of cycle of denial, and then you get to apologize, and apologizing is fun, and it's very simple.
Apologizing is fun, and it's really simple. No, it's not. You want to know why it's not fun and simple? Because usually for an apology to matter, you have to reflect on what you did, understand what you did wrong, and then apologize. You're treating it like a fucking game. What? Like, you're saying like, oh, it's so fun. The way you made it sounds like it's so fun, I'm going to do it again later. That's why I still think you're hurting this person you're with right now. Wow, dude. Whoa, what the fuck? Moving on? Moving the fuck on.
It takes a complex problem, like some dynamic where you're not hearing each other or understanding each other, or some big unspoken thing you're not talking about, and makes it very, very simple.
No, it's not. What you're doing is you're taking the issue that's very complex and you're oversimplifying it to where it's just, you're treating it like a game. And that is bad. That's fucking terrible. Because, again, that just tells me you're going to do it again because you find it fun. You find it entertaining. That's just that's a massive red flag right there. Like, seriously, you say you're a changed man, and that's how you think about all this. Yeah, sure, guy. Sure.
I hit you. It hurt you. I feel bad. Oops. And it just makes it all very ironically kind of easy to deal with and then push under the rug.
That is easily the scariest thing I've heard you say all fucking night. Are you kidding me right now? It's like I hit you, I feel bad, and we make it into a simple thing where we can just push under the rug. This is what abusers do. This is exactly what abusers do, especially to maintain control of their significant other, or should I say, they're basically their prisoner. Oh my god. Jesus, wow, dude. Oh my god. Dude, the red flag, it just started bleeding. That's how red it is. The blood's getting all deep into the carpet right now. What the? Oh. People need to stay away from you. People need to stay the fuck away from you. Man, woman, especially child, just, you need to be put into a fucking padded room. That is dangerous thinking right there.
But one of the problems with that is, and I think this is an issue for a lot of people to kind of grasp this or be able to stomach grasping this, when in that moment, when you're apologizing and you're having your makeup sex and she's crying in your arms or you're crying in her arms about what a abusive piece of shit you are and how you don't deserve her, you are sweeping your own feelings under the rug. You're throwing yourself under the bus because you had a reason. You had a reason to snap, and it's not a justifiable reason to snap, but it's a real reason that you snapped, and those things get tied together.
I believe I'm done listening to you, Mr. Girl. I'm fucking beyond done. You have contradicted yourself for the last time, and I'm not gonna sit here and listen to any more of your nonsense. You said you're ignoring your own feelings. You're pushing yourself under the bus when you were in the wrong. Which, I'm sorry, like, if you're in the wrong, you're in the wrong. Your feelings at that point should only be forgiven if your actions, your future actions, show that you are a forgivable person. But then you go off and say, well, you had a reason to snap. It wasn't a justifiable reason, but it's a reason. And dude, that's scary fucking thinking. You say, oh, well, I had a reason to snap at her. I had a reason to go and punch her fucking lights out. Abuse the shit out of her. Fuck it. No, dude. I'm not listening to that shit. I'm not listening to that shit. Like, that is nonsense. That's nonsense. Either go get some fucking help with that fucking brain of yours, because holy shit, dude. You are very psychopathic. You're very psychopathic. You are hiding. You're trying to hide your true feelings. You're trying to pretend to be this caring person, but you only give a shit about yourself. You only give a shit about yourself. I can see right through you. I mean, this is also another reason why you can be attracted to kids and not feel bad for it. And that's just scary. Like that's a scary freaking combination. Please go get some help or stay away from people, because you are a dangerous person. I'm done. Just fuck off, dude. Forever.